Our oceans are being killed and filled with plastic. The equivalent of one garbage truck of plastic is being dumped into the ocean every minute, 17.6 billion pounds every year. Single-use plastics are everywhere, from water bottles and candy wrappers to plastic straws and plastic silverware. These plastics aren't all bad when recycled correctly. However, only 9% of plastics have ever been recycled correctly around the globe. That is leaving about 6.5 billion metric tons of waste in landfills, the ocean, and right here in local rivers, streets, and parks. We must work together to help reduce the amount of single-use plastic waste. Plastic is everywhere in our ocean, floating on the surface, mixing in with salt water and sitting on the ocean bottom miles and miles deep. And once it's in the ocean, it never goes away. Over hundreds of years, it breaks down to small pieces, but those pieces, even the tiny ones are called microplastics, are still plastics. The microplastics found in these streams end up in the water we drink and the fish we eat. Additionally, as plastics break down in the water, hazardous substances contaminate it, damaging both human and animal health. Concern over the toxicity of fish or marine animals that have consumed plastic which enters the food chain is growing. There are stealthy ways that plastics find its way onto your plate, and some studies have found that we consume thousands of plastic particles annually. Chemicals added to the plastics are absorbed by human bodies. Some of these compounds have been found to alter hormones or have potential negative human health effects. Plastic waste has been negatively affecting marine animals for a very long time. There is so much plastic waste in these animals' natural habitat. These plastics can be laced with chemicals, which are quite often ingested by these marine animals. The plastics can also injure them by choking them or trapping them. It's up to us to end plastic pollution for good. We don't want to live in a world without marine life, and we definitely don't want plastic to be our downfall. You can help tremendously with the plastic waste problem by simply cutting back on your single-use plastic consumption. If one person switches from single-use plastics like plastic water bottles and plastic grocery bags to reusable water bottles and reusable shopping bags, that is one step in the right direction.